During a recent appearance on Newsmax in a segment titled, "Is Matt Gaetz Guilty?", attorney Alan Dershowitz was very quick to point out that, hey, you can't just go throwing around baseless accusations at people. And then, of course, he goes and throws a baseless accusation at the Biden Justice Department. Here is what Alan Dershowitz had to say during this ridiculous segment. The investigation of the congressman began under the Trump administration, but what happened is, under the Biden administration, the Justice Department leaked the material improperly. If they leaked the grand jury material, that was clearly a crime, but we know they leaked material. Now, he is a subject, not a target in the investigation, and there are Justice Department rules that you do not leak information about subject, as subjects may just end up being witnesses. I like how he threw in the word if, okay? Because that single word, and Dershowitz as an attorney knows this, and he chooses his words very carefully. He knows that that's an unknown, and therefore you cannot state it as fact because you can't prove it. And as somebody who's made his career as having to walk into courtrooms and prove something beyond a reasonable doubt, I would think Dershowitz would be a little bit more cautious, don't you? If they leaked material. If they leaked material, and then he goes on to say, well, but I know they leaked material. I know they did. Yeah, you don't, though. You really, truly don't. Now, when we have talked about Matt Gaetz and this scandal, we have obviously said allegedly. We have been very careful to mention that he has not been charged with anything. He is just, in this investigation. Target, subject, whatever fancy terminology people like Dershowitz want to use. There really isn't that much distinction between the two. But Dershowitz is out here stating as fact that he knows they leaked it. They leaked it. But refuses to even entertain whether or not Gaetz did the things he has been accused of over the last week. This is classic misdirection, and Dershowitz knows this, and that's why the only outlets that can get Dershowitz to go on their program are these hard-right outlets, because they know that Dershowitz over the years has morphed into a right-wing guy. That is exactly what he is now. He is the guy who has name recognition, but really no credibility to speak of anymore. But people know who he is. And the hard right now takes him seriously. So they trot him out, make it seem like this guy knows what the hell he's talking about. And then he makes these baseless accusations about the Biden Justice Department, trying to flip everything away from Matt Gaetz and onto the DOJ. And by the way, Dershowitz, your little defense here, even if the DOJ leaked this, which obviously it came from somewhere, right? Somebody leaked something to somebody. We know that much, sure. But you don't know that it was the DOJ. But at the same time, even if they broke the law in leaking this, this has absolutely no bearing on whether or not Matt Gaetz is guilty or not. And you know that. But you didn't bother to go on and explain that part, did you? Kind of like Gaetz with his little story of, I'm being extorted. Cool. Even if you are, that doesn't change a single thing about the allegations against you. These people really don't have a leg to stand on, and that is why their defenses of Gaetz and his alleged conduct are becoming so laughable today.